Happy Sunday, everybody. It's Kaiser, and I'm in my Sunday best, and I just got finished throwing my balls into a wood chipper, so let's talk about everything that happened this week. Welcome to the first official episode of Kaiser's Corner, a series that you guys voted because you wanted to see. Basically, this is just a little weekend review. Every single Sunday, I'll come on here, I'll make a quick video that it basically talks about the numbers that we had for the week, and stuff that might be upcoming, like upcoming projects that are coming. I'm a professional, by the way, and a few other surprises that I have for you today. Take a look at the chapters down in the bar to see what we've got going. So first off, let's talk analytics. This week we released 8 videos, if you count the Sunday video, the live service video, which I'm gonna start talking about last Sunday's video on these videos because there's not enough time, right? So like all my videos release at midnight. I'm probably going to start filming these videos somewhere between, 5 and 6 a.m. There's just not enough time to give proper analytics for those videos. So instead, we're going to wait until the next week to talk about the video that's up for the day. So starting with the live service, we ended up with 510 views, 16 comments, and a 90% like to dislike ratio with 49 likes and 5 dislikes. Then we did our E-Daters are the worst type of gamers on Monday. That video got 2.2 thousand views with 43 comments and an 87.4% like to dislike ratio. It was 20 dislikes and 139 likes. That's kind of funny. I guess the E-Daters found the video. Next up, over on Tuesday, we released our Is This the Number One Mistake Indie Devs Make? We got 1.6k views on that video with 20 comments and a 92.9% like to dislike ratio with 105 likes and 8 dislikes. Then we did the mid-chapter update for Dead by Daylight. That also came out on Tuesday. It came out later that day. We ended the week with 5.6 thousand views on that video, which is our best performing video this week so far. It had 102 comments and it had an 89.8% like to dislike ratio with 25 dislikes and 219 likes. That's actually lower than I expected. Interesting. Next up, over on Wednesday, we had the cringiest type of deadlock content that got 1.2 thousand views on the dot. It had 21 comments and it had an 81.8% like to dislike ratio with 14 dislikes and 63 likes. That one was actually really funny. A lot of the comments on that video were people like actively being like, you don't understand how much I love that type of content, bro. Like, you're bad at the game. You can't talk about it. So funny. Anyway, then on Thursday, we had the problem with indie horror games, which had only 458 views, our second worst performing video this week, 7 comments, and a 96.1% like to dislike ratio with 49 likes and 2 dislikes. And then we had Dear Parents, Teach Your Kids Gaming Etiquette, which had 1.8 thousand views, 73 comments, and a 92.5% like to dislike ratio with 147 likes and 12 dislikes. That video actually was really interesting. You can always tell as a YouTuber when people don't watch the video they're commenting on just based off the comment that they leave. This has actually been a common complaint of mine in the past, but that video specifically had the most amount of people in the comments who actively did not watch the video. Like, they probably watched like 2 seconds of the video. Like, I'm talking like maybe like the first minute of the video and then decided to comment, and you could tell because they were just arguing against shit that I just never said. One person was like, why do you care if kids cuss in a video game? I never said anything about cursing in a video game. I'm probably the last person on the planet who gives a shit about cursing in video games. Then on Friday, we had our, on Saturday, that was yesterday, we had our Gamers versus Game Journalists, a brief discussion, which had 362 views, our by far worst performing video of the week, 19 comments, and a 100% like to dislike ratio. I don't know if that's just a result of the fact that it seems like only my core main audience watched the video, or if it was just a really good video in general. But yeah, not a single dislike. It got 41 likes. Did I do the like and dislike for the Dear Parents, Teach Your Kids? I think I did. So yeah, that's the analytics for the week. Not a bad roundup, not a bad haul at all. But real quick, I wanted to highlight this comment from Idiot Guy over on my Dear Parents, Teach Your Kids Better Gaming Etiquette. Idiot Guy says, the fact that I've never been recommended any of these videos, but I get recommended every Dead by Daylight vid really proves your point that Dead by Daylight is your lifestyle at this point. And he has a point with that one. One of the big things that I want you guys to understand, especially since these videos are basically for my core audience, if you want to support all of the new releases, it is almost imperative that you turn on the notifications for my videos. Basically, if you go to this sounds so YouTuber, and I don't like sounding like this, but if you go to the bell icon and you set it to all videos, it will send you a notification on every single upload of my videos. And that is just basically to retrain the algorithm that you guys want to see the non-Dead by Daylight content. Because the way that the algorithm works right now is all of my Dead by Daylight videos get pushed to basically all of my subscribers, while my non-Dead by Daylight videos are going to have a harder time clawing out of algorithmic hell because it doesn't think you guys want to see those videos. So it is, if you want to watch the videos to support the new variety content, then you probably are going to have to turn on notifications at least for like a month or two. Tell the algorithm that you do want to see my videos so that it can show you my videos, so it can show other people my videos. But yeah, that's basically it. So, with that in mind, let's go ahead and move on to projects that are currently in the works, videos that are scheduled to be uploaded, and a couple of other things regarding, well, content that I'm working on. So the first thing I want to tell you guys is what's coming up this week in terms of videos, and if you want to see any of these videos early, you can click the join button down below to become a channel member. Tier 2 channel members and up get to see every single video the moment that it is scheduled for release. So you get, as soon as I edit the videos in batches, so if you're the kind of person that likes to batch watch my content, you can do that. You can literally do that. If you become a tier 2 channel member, I usually schedule like 3 to 5 videos at a time, so you literally will just have a fresh batch of videos to sit down and watch. But yeah, you could check that out down below. But anyway, coming up this week, Monday's release, we have Rage Cures, the next installment of the Worst Gamer Ever series. After that, we have the DBD League and AI Slop. Basically, the DBD League got caught using AI music. I say got caught, they didn't try to hide it very well, but they used AI music and it was absolutely atrocious. And so we just make fun of that for like 12 minutes. Then there is a mini discussion on what happened to battle royales, why the battle royale genre is just kind of not being developed anymore. That's happening on Wednesday. Then on Thursday, we have another mini discussion about why Yu-Gi-Oh! The card game sucks now, why I don't play it, why I've quit it since then, despite my history with it. Then on Friday, we have the myth of Go Woke, Go Broke. This is a video I've been wanting to make for a while. This is not the anti-woke gamers video. That is going to be way down the line, because I am focused on making like a specific video just for anti-woke gamers. This is just one of the anti-woke arguments. It's got about a 10-minute video regarding that. Then on Saturday, we've got a massive video. It's a 38-minute video. The worst concept for AI in gaming. Essentially, we'll be reading through and talking about a PC Gamer article that stated that that generative AI may be the future of gaming, or the future of graphics at the very least. And it's absolute crap. But yeah, that's what's happening Saturday. On Sunday, we have a video titled "You No Longer Own Your Games." Basically, we're talking about the digital age and how you don't own any of the games that you possess. They're not yours anymore, is basically it. You don't own those games. Companies can take away those at any given time, and so we're talking about that for about 8 minutes. And then Monday, we have something called the responsibility of gaming influencers. That's a little bit of a heavier video. I'm actually thinking about shifting that to Sunday. I'm not sure. But it is a heavier video that is talking about a very specific type of humor that some grown gamers with child audiences have that is negatively impacting the gaming space as a whole. So do keep an eye out for that. And that's all the videos I have scheduled right now. So we do have one video into the week after this coming week that is scheduled. Hopefully by the middle of this week, I'll have some more up there. But in terms of projects on other channels, my social commentary channel is now in full swing. I've been doing roughly 2 videos a week over there. Sometimes I might do 3, it depends. But it's a great channel. If you like me, if you like hearing me yap about video game related stuff, then that's just me yapping about practically everything else. I plan on eventually, you know, doing movie reviews and TV show reviews and music reviews over there as well. That channel is basically just going to be like a giant ball of all my other opinions in the world. But it recently passed 500 subscribers. Now, I can't monetize that channel yet because it doesn't have the watch hours, but you should definitely go and subscribe to it and watch all of the videos so I can get there. So the Extras channel is still doing fairly well. Unfortunately, the subscribers on that channel have kind of stagnated, which might just be due to the fact that my videos on that channel are pretty bare bones and basics. They're just the games that I play on stream put on that channel. So if you can't catch streams or you don't watch Twitch or anything and you still want to see me play stuff live, the Extras channel is definitely where you should go. I advertise it at the end of every video on this channel, but not everybody watches all the way to the end. I've actually been told by people that the moment they hear me say, "And that's all I have for you guys today," they just click, they just click off the video, which is fine. But yeah, if you want to help me out, that channel is very close to running, being able to run ads. It already has the watch time. It just needs the 1,000 subscribers, and we're currently 144 subscribers away from getting that channel to be able to run ads on it. So if you want to help me out, go hit the subscribe button. You don't even have to watch the videos over there, although you probably should, like I said, if you have been missing streams. And it's also a great place to get clip compilations, because that's where those get posted. And finally, let's talk about the DeBard channel. This is probably going to be a little bit deeper than I would like to put on this channel. So if you have caught either of the 2 videos on the DeBard channel, there is one video titled "I Hope I Don't Wake Up Tomorrow" and another video titled "Thank You," where I essentially went I just turned the camera on and started talking about my mental health and how it's been, not just over the past few months, but just for years, for literal years. I've been feeling this way. I've been feeling the way that I've been feeling, and I think that a lot of people, I think that there's a lot of stuff that, even though I try to be open with you guys, I try to be as open as I can about like the state of my mental health, because I don't ever want people to think that, or I don't ever want people to look and be like, ah, well, you know, Kaiser's smiling, they're laughing, they're happy, they're fine. I'm not. I am not fine. I haven't been fine for years. But I also want people to understand the reality of there's a person behind this screen. There's a person, you know, the video you're watching, I don't turn the camera off and then cease to exist until the next time you watch that video. I'm a real person. So I did a couple of videos, and I don't even think I really had a purpose behind making them. It was just more of, I needed to talk, and I have no one to talk to that I trust. And so when I say no one to talk to that I trust, I mean no one to talk to where I feel like I'm not bothering them, or I feel like they're not going to try to give me platitudes. You know, sometimes I just want to talk, and unfortunately I don't feel that close with really anyone. I've got like one person that I feel close with, but I'm scared to get too close to them, because I don't want my heart broken again. But that's neither here nor there. The point is that I do have those videos, but that is not what's happening on that channel. That channel's been dead pretty much for a while now. I finally decided that I'm going to be using that channel to post video essays, and the first video essay that's going up on that channel is going to be the story and history of Halloween. I already have the entire script written. I do plan on recording it, and I'm thinking about recording it live on stream. So if you want to check that out, and you're at least 18 years of age or older, of course, please make sure that you click the Twitch link in the description down below. But we'll talk about Twitch in just a moment. But that channel is only 5 subscribers away from 1,500, and I'm thinking about doing a Q&A over there for 1,500 subscribers. So Go subscribe to that channel if you like video essays. Once I hit 1,500, I'll do a 1,500 subscriber Q&A special video, and that'll be your chance to ask me any questions that cross your mind. Next up, a segment that I'm probably going to regret doing in the future, but for now, we will do them. We're going to go old school YouTube and talk about the top comments from the week. So basically, the way that I do this is I go to each video and I sort them by top comments, and then I just grab the #1 comment, whether it's a hate comment or it's an agreement or it's just a funny joke, whatever you guys have decided is the top comments through your likes and your interactions with that comment, that is what ends up there. So our first top comment comes from the live service video from Captain Raylick. He says, or they say, sorry, live service isn't inherently bad is true, but to say it saved gaming is false. This is referring to the thumbnail. There are numerous instances of gaming being ruined by game companies switching to live service models. Fallout 76, when fans wanted a new non-online Fallout game, for example. Suicide Squad killed the Justice League, which should not have been live service, etc., etc. And then there's also the fact that live service means a game that fails will be shut down and lost to time. Additionally, some of the best hits in the past years have been non-live service because people are sick of live service slop. Things like Baldur's Gate 3, Hades 2, Resident Evil Village, Undertale, Deltarune, etc., etc. aren't live services and are great experiences because of it. So I think that you kind of misunderstood why I said live service saved gaming. It isn't that live service saved all of gaming, it's that live service saved accessibility to gaming. That's just not as catchy of a thumbnail. Live service saved accessibility to gaming because of everything I talked about in that video. Because it's now, live service means those games are free to play, more people have the option to play them. Because live service has the live service model, that means balancing and patches. It's more of live service helped save PvP gaming. And I do agree that some games became live service when they shouldn't have. I think a Silent Hill game became live service, if I'm not mistaken, or was that a mobile game? That was a stupid fucking idea. But yeah, I should have been more specific. That's probably my fault. I mean, that is my fault. But your second point, game of the year, like games of the year or what are considered the best games ever, typically aren't PvP only games. So like, we're kind of comparing apples to oranges in that regard. But again, it is my fault for not specifying what section of gaming I meant in that thumbnail. So yeah. That's definitely my fault, but good comment. I think it was a well thought out comment. Very good comment. Next comment comes to us from Vape Lord the Nord. That's a great name. 8235. Over on the E-Daters video, they said, honestly, the worst to me are the ones that suck at the game and then blame the game constantly, which I'm gonna tell you a little secret. I did not have those type of gamers in my list for that series until this comment. It's actually in the series. It's actually going to be a full video. I didn't even think about that, so it was a good point. At first, I was a little against it because I was like, the ones who suck at the game, because I was like, that's just a weird thing to say. Why do you hate people who suck at the game? But then you added the second part where they blame the game, but they suck at the game. It's a great addition. So there's a little reply chain where people are kind of being like, you know, people are like, yeah, no, you got a point, etc., etc. But yeah, you have an excellent point. Very good. Next up is a comment I ended up pinning because it made me laugh so hard. It was on the mid-chapter update where they buffed the Batum map by adding a window to the suicide gen. Some people are like, oh, it's not a good window because they opened the door downstairs. Guys, it's still a god window. Like, it's still a god window. You still have to back up and go downstairs to get the fucking survivor. It's still a god window. It's still really strong. So now there's actually 3 windows upstairs the survivors could just use to tell you to go fuck yourself. But the person, Afton8783, ended up posting, when Freddy's map is buffed before him. Darn. And then there's just a reply chain of people saying darn. Next up is a comment from the indie studio video, the #1 mistake indie studios make. This comment comes from one of our channel members, actually. The Toad 3001 says, new game from Jackin' Off Studios. Now that's a trailer I would watch. I agree. On the Deadlock, the worst type of Deadlock content, our top comment comes from TNI 333. Says, my favorite are the build and guide videos that have a picture of items and skill order for 2 seconds, and then just show a full game with just a bit of live commentary. And I agree. That is probably the worst type of educational content I've ever seen in my life. It is incredibly insulting. So I was trying to learn Abrams. I wanted to do this thing where I like learned all the heroes in Deadlock. That's not gonna happen. But I was trying to learn Abrams, so I was like looking up Abrams guides and things like that, and so many of them were just, here is my build, here is me playing the game. And it was just like, oh, thanks for literally nothing. That tells me absolutely nothing about how Abrams is supposed to be played. So I had to go through like a 10-hour session of like complete trial and error trying to figure out how to fucking play the character. So yeah, no, I definitely agree. One comment that I do want to point out in this top comment is a reply from Break the Code that says, to be fair, if you can't understand the build just by that, MOBAs are not for you. That's the most gatekeepy thing I've ever fucking seen. What are you talking about? No. You should definitely be explaining yourself as to why the build works and why it works with the characters and things like that. Saying MOBAs are not for you because people aren't used to playing MOBAs is just stupid. And also, it's just a defense of bad content. That's just bad content. That's bad educational content. If you just want to be like, this build is awesome, show the build for 2 seconds and then the gameplay, that's a completely different beast. You're allowed to do that. But if you want to actively say, this is how you use this build, yeah. Next up, on the indie horror video, we got our top comment from Femboy Kai Saku, which is a great name, by the way. Says, I enjoy Fears to Fathom, but one thing that has always bothered me is that it is always the same formula of them building up some scary, mysterious thing, but then it turns out the thing they built up actually has nothing to do with the scary stuff that does occur, which I think that can add a sort of twist and scare you, but it's a problem when it's literally 3 of the games that do that. Like the Norwood Hitchhike builds up to some idea of a ghost, and you're on a scary road at night, but then the scary part is something completely unrelated later on. I don't know much about Fears of the Fathom. Maybe you guys can tell me in the comment section if they're on point or not, but I personally have never played any ones but the first episode. So yeah. Next up on our parents, please teach your kids gaming etiquette, we have our top comment coming to us from Ambien Man. Ambien Man says, to be fair, I honestly don't think most parents really care that their child ruins other people's gaming experience. From my understanding, most parents get home from work and use the time with their when their kids are gaming or whatever to relax and not really tend to what they're doing on the game. Now, I do think parents should watch how their kids talk online, but I think only allowing them to play games if an adult is watching is a little over the top. I don't have kids, so I don't know, but when and if I do, I probably won't pay as much attention to how they are playing online games. However, I will pay attention to how they treat other people while playing, if that makes any sense. I think we kind of agree here. If I implied or said in that video that I think parents should always be watching their kids while they're gaming, I more meant that toward people who are like younger than like 15 years old. Like if your kid's like 10, you should definitely be in the room when they're online gaming. You know what I mean? And yeah, the point is that parents don't care, and that's the problem. Parents should be parenting their fucking children. And the thing is that by the age of like 14, 15 years old, if you've been teaching your kid proper etiquette in like life, proper manners, how to talk to other people, how to be around other people, right from wrong, like if you've been a good parent, generally speaking, then you won't have to worry about them being little assholes to people online, because they will learn how to treat everybody in the world with the same kind of respect. If you teach your kids that there's no difference between the people that you meet face to face and the people that you meet over the internet, then you're just going to have a much better time. And they're going to be much better people for it. And finally, over on our game journalist video, we have Clifford Edwards saying, I prefer YouTubers that do reviews for games because first, you can always see at least some actual gameplay, and depending on the YouTuber, you can even see all the gameplay. And second, they just give you the facts about the game and gameplay because that is what matters. And 3, I can't read. They almost never, to my knowledge, try to slander the developers, usually without proof that does not get debunked. where with a lot of game journalists, that is the main thing that a lot of them engage in due to severe lack of integrity. Like what the game journalists tried to do with Shift Up and Game Science. In both cases, the gaming community were taught to hate gaming journalists more because they lied about a lot of things in their articles. But with the Game Science incident, a lot of sites just ran with the first article that was IGN, which got completely debunked by a Chinese YouTuber. I would trust them if 70% of their articles weren't hit pieces 90% of the time. Yes, those percentages are most likely not completely accurate, but that's how it feels. I agree. I think that YouTubers tend to do, this might be my bias, I don't know, but I think that YouTubers tend to do a much better job of covering a game and gaming news as opposed to gaming journalists, because a lot of gaming journalists, and this is going to be really hard for people to accept, but a lot of gaming journalists aren't gamers. On my video where I'm talking about the worst AI the worst AI concept to come to gaming that's coming out next Sunday, you're gonna hear me talk about how that person is straight up not a gamer, and you can tell that they're not a gamer because they have no respect for gaming culture, game development, and other gamers as a whole. Most gaming journalists are tourists who have a very small passing interest in gaming that want to get into like mainstream journalism, and that's why we get into this phenomenon where gaming journalists are most of the time not accurate and not reliable, whereas gaming YouTubers are typically YouTubers who are gamers who have a passion for gaming and want to do that. Not to say that every gaming YouTuber is like that. I think a lot of not a lot, but I think there are a pretty significant subsection of gaming YouTubers who are the same way. They are just tourists looking to make easy money off of rage bait. So yeah, definitely I think so. Finally, the last thing that I wanted to do was what I like to call a mini Q&A session. Basically, the night before each of these, I will make a community post asking you guys to kind of submit a few questions, and then I'll pick a handful of them to answer. Now, this time around, we only got 5 questions, so I'm just going to go ahead and answer all 5 of them real quick. But in the future, if we end up getting like 10, 15, 20 of them, I'm not going to go through all of them for these videos, because I do want to try to keep these videos as short as possible, which actually might not be happening, but hey. So let's go ahead and get into them and answer the 5 questions real quick. How about maybe ask, would you be interested in making fighting game content? Yes and no. Tekken was one of my favorite game franchises growing up. The problem with fighting game content is that fighting games themselves are incredibly fucking complicated and hard to get good at and get into. They innately have a very high skill floor because of the way that they work, and while I appreciate that, and I think that anybody who dedicates themselves to fighting games is a lot more patience than I do, it'll be hard for me to talk about fighting games when my only real experience with them are like Tekken's 3 to 5. Like I played Tekken's 1 and 2, but like 3 to 5. 5 was like my most, I think 4. Yeah, 4 was like my most played. I think I played a little bit of 6, but not really. Mostly I just don't have that much of an interest. Although Marvel vs. Capcom 3 was probably one of my favorite games of all time. And I like Smash Brothers. Yeah, I could probably do some fighting game content. It depends on what you mean. Like, do you mean like tournament fighters? Tournament fighters I'm not as big on. Platform fighters, yes. Tournament fighters are a little bit harder for me to get into. I could probably do an entire video on that. We'll see. I'll let you know. Well, you'll know when I post the video if I post it. Couch Potato says, opinion on Brawl Stars. I had to Google this. I don't know what that is. You tell me your opinion. Should I check it out? Is it something you want to hear me talk about? Ghosting Slasher says, how difficult how difficult is it to have a Twitch and YouTube setup in terms of buying the equipment? Which one were useful and how to set them up? All you need for a Twitch and YouTube is a functioning computer if you want to get started. In terms of difficulty setting like everything up, it's easy to set up the accounts, and then once you, like, if you want to stream through like OBS is incredibly easy to set up. It doesn't seem as user-friendly as Streamlabs OBS, because Streamlabs OBS automatically has a lot of stuff in it, but it takes like 2 seconds to look up a YouTube tutorial. That's the easiest thing in the world to follow. And then you can set up OBS. In terms of equipment, the Elgato microphone is my recommended, because you can split audio sources through its software, which allows you to do things like lower individuals and make certain things not go to the VOD of Twitch. And also, like, if you're recording, like, so like you're recording gameplay, you can put your mic on one track, the game audio on another track, music on another track, or I have, like if I react to a YouTube video, I have that on a separate track as well. And then you can lower and delete as you need them and stuff like that. Lower, heighten, delete as you need them. So yeah, I definitely recommend the Elgato for a microphone. I personally love the Elgato Stream Deck. I can't pull it up to show you guys. But the Elgato Stream Deck is how I control OBS without actually having to reach over and click. That's why if you guys see me whenever I'm doing videos, you see me like reach over. It allows me to like instantly zoom in like this. It allows me to swap to this is my game scene. So like when I'm playing a game, this is the desktop where I'm currently reading your comments from. This is Gregory Skeleton III. He likes to fuck your mothers, like that kind of stuff. So an Elgato mic, Elgato Stream Deck is my favorite. What lights up my face is the Elgato key light. As you can tell, I'm an Elgato fan. I love Elgato. I think they make the best products for streamers. They are pricey, but I feel like they are worth it. They last a very, 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 very long time. So this is actually a brand new mic. I had to get my old one replaced because it had been dropped a few too many times and abused during some of my worst moments. So this is a brand new one, but the other one lasted me like 2.5 years easy, and probably could have lasted me longer if I had stopped dropping the thing. I just think that Elgato makes the best high quality products for streamers. They don't stop. And yes, I would love Elgato to sponsor me, but they probably won't. But yeah, if you're looking for equipment like hardware, go to Elgato, get their mics, get their camera. I'm actually looking to replace my Logitech camera soon. So get their mics, get their cameras, get their key lights, get their Stream Deck, get everything you can, because they're the best company out there. In terms of like, you know, making sure you have a YouTube and a Twitch, just remember that your Twitch doesn't grow when you're live. Your Twitch grows when you're not live, and in order for it to do that, you have to be consistent with content on other platforms, which is also why I keep them separate. Finally, we have Daedric Heels. Sorry, not finally. Next up, we have Daedric Heels says, what is your favorite dish to cook and or eat? I'm curious because I need cooking ideas. My favorite dish to cook is probably homemade hamburgers and fries. I use turkey meat for my hamburgers, which are way better than you would expect, and also healthier. And then for my fries, I don't like fry them in oil. So you cut up your potatoes, keep the skin on. I promise you it tastes better. It's got a better texture, and all the vitamins and shit are in the skin. Just keep the goddamn skins on. Quit peeling your potatoes. So cut your potatoes, give them a light spritz with spray oil, season them however you want. I use garlic salt, garlic pepper, and paprika. You give it a good shake so it's all evenly coated, and then you can throw it in the air fryer or the conventional oven. If you bake them, they're not going to be as crispy, but I do the air fryer. I do 400 degrees at 18 to 22 minutes, depending on how thick the fries are. And I do that, and then I take some ground turkey meat, throw it in the, I put the seasonings, the egg, how you make a hamburger, egg, breadcrumbs, seasoning. Season your fucking food. And you make the patty, cook it up, put it on some, I get this 45 calorie multigrain bread. So each slice is like 45 calories. It's got a lot of fiber. And I use that with some pepper jack cheese and my homemade fries. And I'll either do that or I'll do chicken tenders. Now, the chicken tenders aren't homemade because it takes a lot longer to make chicken tenders. And I'm exceptionally ADHD and or lazy, whichever one you want to go with. But if I do the chicken tenders, I get the frozen uncooked ones. I air fry those, and then I put them in a high fiber, high protein wrap with some lettuce and some sugar-free barbecue sauce, and it's actually been helping a lot on my weight loss. I'm down to 285, which is 45 pounds in the last year. I could probably do a lot better, but I tend to relapse a lot and overeat when I get anxious and depressed. But hey, progress is progress. And the actual finally comes from Catastrophe. Says, what is your favorite show? Well, my favorite cartoon of all time is Scooby-Doo. The original Scooby-Doo. Like the 60s Scooby-Doo. That's my favorite cartoon of all time. In recent memory, Hazbin Hotel and Hell of a Boss are really, really good adult cartoons. I enjoy both of them. They're very funny. They're very entertaining. Very good story writing. Real life show, that's so difficult, man. There's so much nuance to this question. Some of my favorite real, like, IRL shows, not cartoons in general, would be things like, Bones, Criminal Minds, House MD, Charmed, Buffy, stuff like that. I think, yeah, you know, for IRL. Favorite cartoons in history, things like Fillmore, Ben 10, Teen Titans, Ed, Ed, Nettie, you know. Favorite anime, if you want to talk about favorite anime, my all-time favorite anime of all time is One Piece. My top 3 favorite anime right now is One Piece, Vinland Saga, and Ancient Magus Bride. Those are the 3 that are like my top 3 anime. Like, I feel like those are the best animes at the moment. That can change in the future. But yeah, it's hard to say what my favorite show is, because there's a lot of really good shows out there. But yeah, other than that, that's the video, guys. That's the update. Thank you guys for hanging out. I have some other stuff that I want to talk about, but I'll save that for next week's update. You know, just future projects that I'm thinking about doing that I'll get your opinions on later. But yeah, thank you guys for the support. Thank you for the variety. Thank you for wanting this type of video. I don't know. Even if fucking 100 of you watch this video, I'll consider that a success, because it's not that great. But anyway, and if you're watching this video within the first 4 hours of it going live, I am currently live on Twitch. What I'm doing over there, I don't actually know. I think we're going to be doing, yeah, we got Rate My Gaming today, so I'm going to be reacting to your gaming clips for the week, and I might play some Deadlock, might play some Borderlands, I haven't decided yet, but yeah, I'm streaming right now, so go down to the Twitch link in the description, and as long as you're over 18, you have to be at least 18 years of age or older. Don't come over there if you're a minor, I'll ban you. As always, a great big special thank you to my channel members listed on screen now. If you want to find out how to become a channel member, they get awesome perks like seeing videos early, merch discount codes, and more, then please click that join button down below. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one. Need more Kaiser in your life? Well, I've got you covered. Check out my second channel, The Kaiser Extras, where I upload full gameplays, stream compilations, me reacting to your Dead by Daylight clips, and more. We also upload a daily short with all the greatest clips from stream. We'll see you over there. Link is in the description.